moment to talk about what is fundamentally schismed in today's New Age spirituality, based on this concept of liberation theology. So we know spiritual bypass. So this is very related to toxic positivity. So this concept that by holding spiritual truths in one way or another as a power dynamic over something, we can reduce our culpability, our personal responsibility to help liberate others. So by fixating on our souls or fixating on our abundance, we will negate our responsibility to other people. Or by saying, when I dance, I'm freeing myself, and that's true, and dancing's great. But if you funnel all your energy there and you completely refuse to engage other aspects of reality, like social justice, it's like spirituality but without substance. You're like removing the substantive core purpose and meaning of spirituality. So, spiritual bypass. Another is cultural appropriation. So that's this practice. I love it, and it totally frees me. So I don't need to consider where it came from, how the people of origin of the practice feel about me engaging it. I don't need to worry about their suffering. And by worry, I don't mean be like, oh, it's so sad that you have that problem, but like, oh, well, what are actionable steps that I can do? How can I leverage my privilege that you don't have to make your life easier, especially as I am benefiting from your cultural practice? So spiritual bypass, cultural appropriation, there's this concept called theological capital. So this is the capitalism inherent in spirituality. It's I can help liberate your soul. You just have to give me $1,000, or you just don't have enough abundance consciousness. What you can't pay this price. So in this way, we are playing on themes. It's a bit of elitism. So we're acting as if the knowledge creates a penultimate representation, right? So you're better because you have this. And if you don't even have the means to access this, something's wrong with you. This is problematic on multiple ends. It's problematic because a restriction of access to things to the poor is neither radical nor revolutionary. It's not inherently spiritual. And also by making those that don't have access to it feel like they are then less because they don't have whatever means to access it in the first place it's really messed up. I hear a lot of really amazing spiritual teachers that are like, well, I had to struggle and based on a loan from my parents, to even get this knowledge. And, after 3 years, they're making like thousands of dollars. And they don't think about people who have like multiple generations of poverty and like how are they accessible. People who are subject to like abhorrent human conditions and how are they accessible. Is that really about their prosperity consciousness, or is that about social justice context of oppression and privilege, unequal resource allocation, and intergenerational wealth from, again, oppression? And these are all factors. No, I'm a believer in karma, and I do believe that we're born into lifetimes to experience something. But I'm also a believer in the bodhisattva vow, that if you say that you're a spiritual seeker, that you need to do something for others. And when I say need to do something for others, I don't mean, marketing to people who are already wealthy so that you can get their money. I think it needs to be multifaceted.